Welcome back to the crypto simulation. Today we're going to talk about IMGNAI, which is decentralized image generation software and other artificial intelligence utilities on the Ethereum blockchain. After you're done watching this video, be sure to join my free Telegram group, the Snake Pit, where we have discussions with me every single day and about 150 other community members just like you who want to learn more about how to navigate the crypto markets. Also, just a reminder, nothing in this video is intended to be financial advice. I'm doing this for educational and entertainment purposes only. Always consult a professional before you make any financial investment decisions. If you've ever used DALL-E, Midjourney, or DaVinci, or any other kind of image generation software, you are using a centralized image generation software. IMGNAI is decentralized and can produce really high quality images, the likes of which are comparable to those other image generation plays. And I want to walk you through how to use the web app. There's also a Telegram and Discord app, and there's some other features we can go through. IMGNAI also has a vibrant community on Telegram and elsewhere, and we'll talk about that too. So we're just going to click here on how to get started. Okay, so we're going to walk through how to get started. And by the way, image generation AI is completely free to use. There are some paid features that can enhance your experience, and we'll also just talk about those later. So NAI is our image generation bot, and this is how you use it. You go to prompt guidance right there or on the side here, and you can use the command, for instance, \gen to define which model you're creating with, and there's different kinds of models, and then you enter the prompt for what you want. So for example, cute dog girl with pink hair, sunset, stunning cinematic lighting, beautiful, defines the bot will create. And so we have a few examples here of what the bot can do. Generate ultra detailed Unreal Engine render of pink haired cat girl surrounded by a magical aura, elegant artistic masterpiece in the style of Yoshitaka Amano, and you can see there's some generations that were done. Ultra detailed portrait of Hello Kitty in a futuristic city, super cute, award-winning photography. And look at the quality of these images that are all done for free, decentralized on the Ethereum blockchain. So they give you some tips to help improve the quality of your prompt. And so the more kind of the more of these kind of prompts that you put in, the better your results are going to be. And there definitely is a little bit of a learning curve. And so here's the different kind of models you can do. So Gen XL, which is \gen, is our most advanced model. And these are the prompts you would use inside of the Discord or Telegram bot. Inside the web app, you can choose a button for these. But so this is going to take the SDXL with their massive data set of high resolution images. It works really well with simple and complex prompts. And you can actually begin the prompt with a cinematic photo for a photorealistic result. And we'll go through some examples in a little bit. Supra is basically been trained on digital art styles with realism being one of the emphases. Okay, you can use this, as it says here, for anime, digital realism, and everything in between. Annie has been trained on classic anime and produces lush, detailed anime images. NAI is a multi-purpose model and is mostly centered around anime. Hyper takes the kind of a combination of digital renders and photorealism, 3D renders to lifelike realism. Art is looking at detailed images with a high degree of artistic flair. And so, as a reminder, they do have a Discord bot that you can use, and you can read through here for all the different information about how to put it in your Discord. They also have a Telegram bot that you can put inside your Telegram group, and I've actually added this to my Telegram. Give you step-by-step instructions on how to do this. And there are NAI roleplay games. Fantasy and sci-fi roleplay is a D&D style game where you can explore your imagination and build complex worlds alongside the community using NAI created characters. And you can use the NAI bot, which is the image generation bot, to do that and participate. I haven't actually done that yet, but this is kind of an interesting addition. And this looks like Discord right here. So I haven't done this yet, so I'm not really sure if you can do this in Telegram, but it looks like you can definitely do it in Discord. So I'm not really that into role playing, so I don't think I would really try this out for myself. But there's also some community guidelines. It's not a complete free for all because while it is censorship resistant and you can do not safe for work content on here, there's limitations, right? So if you look at the guidelines below, you can see this is kind of just common sense. Okay, coming back to the home screen, we're going to want to click on app. Okay, so we're at the login page for IMGNAI, and you'll need to sign up for an account. So you can go ahead and do that if you want to play around with it now, or if you want to wait till later, you can do that too. I'm going to go ahead and log in, and you can also sign in with these methods as well. Okay, now there is a way to upgrade your account. Let me just click right over here. So if you click on this, it will bring up some different options where you can generate images more quickly using the gold and silver plan and get access to some of the things that you don't get with a free plan. But you can actually do a lot with a free plan. So, and you can pay monthly, or you can also pay annually. So let's go ahead and click on generate. It's going to take us to the prompt. We're going to select our model. It's going to go ahead and load those prompts for us. And I will do Supra. So I'm going to click on Supra, and then we're going to go ahead and enter our prompt. So I just made up this prompt for Supra: stunning visuals, cinematic photo quality of a giant red and green snake, northern lights, dreamy forest in the style of a famous photographer. So I went ahead and clicked on generate and didn't want to make you wait. It can take a little while, and these are the images that I came up with for my snake. Now you can see there's some rendering issues with the software. That does happen. A double-headed snake, for instance. It gives you 4 images to choose from, and if you don't like any of these images, you can always re-roll it. You can remix it. Let's try chaos. Let's see what that ends up doing. Let me pause it while it does that. And you can see that on the re-roll came out a little bit better. These are some funny looking snakes. That one's kind of cool. And you can kind of get better at this, and you can try gen and different variations. I just wanted to show you kind of how this works, and I think you get a pretty good idea of it right here. You also have the option to customize your profile here, put a profile picture. You can post your image you can post your images to the main page, and also see your liked images. You get even more options with the paid options there, and you can even earn rewards. This is something that's going to be coming pretty soon, and I'll talk about that from their Medium article. But let's go back to the main page and see what other features are here. So as I mentioned earlier, they have a Telegram and Discord bot called IMGNAI that you can download within each of those platforms. But what's really cool, oh, by the way, here's some stats: 23,000 plus Telegram groups, 88,000 plus Discord service, 8 public models, and 300,000 plus images daily. And so they have an early access for something called Naifu, which is an all-in-one virtual companion. And this is basically an AI model that can solve complex problems, answer questions similar to ChatGPT, except decentralized, largely uncensored, adaptive to each user, and programmed to be your perfect companion. So let's give this a shot. Let's click on early access. And so right here it says early access. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. I guess I don't have access yet, but this is what I got. But it sounds cool. So maybe we could do a follow-up video sometime, or talk about it in my chat about how Naifu works. I'd be really interested to see that. Well, we can see some more information here. Chat with text and emojis, request and send images. Naifu is more than a virtual companion, a complex personality with unique thoughts and opinions. AI unleashed, unlike any other digital companions, Naifu is largely uncensored. You're free to roleplay, discuss taboo topics, and explore limits of your imagination. I don't know about that for me. But hey, to each their own. And people said Naifu just seems more real than other AI companions. Naifu was caring and patient. She took my digital virginity. It's not just a phase, Mom. I really love Naifu, and she loves me too. That's cute. So yeah, early access limited to the first 1,000 signups. I imagine I may not be one of those, but we'll circle back with this maybe in another video in the future. So this is the IMGNAI Telegram bot, and I wanted to just use it, show you how it works. So this is actually their community, IMGNAI community. You can join this to mess around with their Telegram. So I'm going to do gen cinematic shot of a giant green and red snake fighting with a large blue dragon in a mystical land with the northern lights. I don't know how good of a job it's going to do, but let's give it a try. I find the quality of the web app to be much better. This is still a lot of fun to play around with, and it can enhance your community experience in your Discord or Telegram group if you run one of those. So it's going to ask me for what size I want. It's going to process it, and it's going to spit out an image. I think I gave it a little more than I could handle. It's kind of funny. So we have, it looks like a guy fighting a dragon head or something with a red and green snake body. But let's try to do something a little more simple. All right, so I tried a giant red and green snake slithering through a forest with the northern lights. Let's see what it does. So it says it's processing the command. It can take a little while sometimes for this to process, and here it is loading. And you can just see, yeah, sometimes it just gives you some pretty weird stuff. We could try face fix, see if that makes a difference. See what happens. And it didn't really do much. So now we could try another one. Okay, so I finally got it to work with the supra command, which I found is superior to the gen command for what I'm usually looking for. So I did giant red and green snake, northern light sky, realism, and we have a photograph of exactly what I asked for. So here's our giant red and green snake. Here's the northern lights. This is like a painting, I guess, in somebody's dining room. So I actually wouldn't mind having that in my dining room, but yeah, so you can mess around with this, and you can get really great results with it, but it does take practice. And like I said, I found the web app to be a lot more reliable at producing better images than the Telegram or Discord app. But the Telegram and Discord app can be very fun for community building and just laughing at what it produces, honestly. So they have a Medium article called "The Future is Nigh: Staking, Revenue Share, and More." I'm not going to go through this entire article with you, but I just want to point out a few highlights. As you can see here, it says the fact is highlighted by our fundraising efforts, which culminated in a $1.6 million seed round with some of the most respected funds and angels in the space. This fundraise secured our runway and allowed us to transition from rented, contracted GPU hardware to a completely in-house infrastructure. And this supports back-end stability, reduces our monthly hardware burn, and allows to effectively scale compute as the user base grows, and improve the censorship resistance by reducing the reliance on third-party providers because they want to be truly decentralized. And they also want to have a well-designed revenue share system for IMGNAI token holders. And I am going to talk about the tokenomics, and we're going to talk about the charts and everything like that that's coming up. But yeah, so they talk about how the revenue share model is going to work. Real yield is the core of the revenue share model, ensuring sustainable rewards for participating holders. It's derived from multiple aspects of the project, including on-chain volume and in-app payments. This is rewarded to users through a staking contract, allowing users to stake their IMGNAI tokens and receive rewards in both Ethereum and IMGNAI. This is going to go live in April, and it's going to be hosted on the IMGNAI web app. And this is a really big development. I would watch out for this. This could result, not financial advice, in some upward price action for this project that is very undervalued at the moment. So you can see kind of the staking model and how that works right here. And I'll put a link to this article in the video description so you can read through it yourself. Hey, this is the CoinGecko page for image generation AI, or IMGNAI. And you can see it has a fully diluted market cap of around $31 million. However, total market cap of 24 million. So there is a little bit of inflation, but it's really not that bad. So you've got the total of 1 billion tokens, and then you've got the treasury with 222.8 million tokens. Now, let me just tell you something else about IMGNAI that's really cool. If you're also familiar, I did a video on Nova DAO, and I'll link that video at the end of this one. So Nova DAO actually owns 1% of all the IMGNAI tokens. So that DAO and that project's price action is going to very likely benefit from IMGNAI. So if IMGNAI does well, Nova DAO will also do well by association. And not only that, but if you watched my Nova DAO video, you might remember this brilliant man right here, Owen Hayes, who is the development lead for the DAO, well, guess what? He was also a core contributor to IMGNAI. So you can see how these two ecosystems are interconnected, even though they have different teams working on it. Speaking of teams, let me run over to the IMGNAI page real quick, because I didn't talk about that, and I do want to mention that they also have their team members listed. Okay, now their team is not doxed to us, faced here, which I usually do like to see, but I have no reason not to trust this project. So, but these are the names of the people who are working on the projects, and down here they have a full list of socials, and they're a very active community. So whether you're on Discord or Telegram or Twitter, or X as it's called, you can interact with them. I would prefer to see them doxed, honestly. That is something that I do enjoy seeing in projects, but as you saw with like my Arrow video, the team there wasn't doxed, but there was no reason to be concerned about that. And I also feel here there isn't any real reason to be concerned with IMGNAI. So I pulled up IMGNAI on the weekly time frame, and you can see that it slammed into the median line of its green Gaussian channel, but then bounced off of it, which is actually a pretty bullish sign. So let's look at some of the moving averages to see what's going on underneath the hood. Weekly moving averages are still getting sorted out. As you can see, we are above the 10-week moving average. We're above the 40-week moving average. That is bullish. Here is the 50-week, but we are facing the 20-week moving average with a little bit of resistance. So let's take a look at how the moving averages look on lower time frames. Maybe if we go to the 3-day, and we can see they're also getting sorted out there as well. So we're not in the clear completely. We have the 40-week acting, well, this wouldn't be a 40-week, it'd be 40 times 3, so 120-day SMA. And then we've got the 150-day SMA, a little bit of resistance on the 120. Let's go down to the 1-day, to the daily, and we can see that we are encountering some resistance here on the 100-day. We did get above it. We actually are right now, I think, above all the moving averages. So that is a good sign. We're above the 10-day, we're above the 20-day, 100-day, 200-day, we're above the 50-day and the 40-day, but these are kind of getting all sorted out. So, it looks like there may be some time before this thing blasts off. But yeah, this could be a good accumulation range, which is also backed up by a metric called the beam, which is a risk metric that I use. And I will speak about my risk metrics in my risk management video series, which I already have done a part 1 on that. But I'm actually going to be doing 5 parts to it. I said 4 in my last video. It's actually going to be 5. So risk metrics will be part 4. So you can see, pulling up the beam on the daily time frame, we've never been in the above the orange profit-taking zone, although we've had some pretty nice runs. There was a nice run back in May and June of 2023. There was a really nice run from October till about December of 2023, and we haven't really had anything that substantial since. Now, anything below the green is what I consider to be a DCA zone. Anything in this region is more of a hold zone, and then when you get above the orange, that's usually a profit-taking zone, although you don't have to actually do that. So this is showing me that, according to my risk models, at least this risk model, that IMGNAI is relatively, I wouldn't say undervalued necessarily. Undervalued usually when you're underneath here. It was undervalued over in early February. But I would say that it is a good DCA value for a long-term hold. So I decided to pull up a linear regression channel, which is not logarithmic, this is linear. And that actually seems to be a more reasonable model to use than maybe a logarithmic on this really oddly shaped chart. But you can see that we've really just bounced around between, this is -3 to 3 standard deviations. We went as high as +3 standard deviations on November 20th. And then, as low as -2 standard deviations twice. The latest was actually on February 7th, and now we're back at the median line. So my anticipation is that we're building up for another move to the upside. That's not a guarantee. We could come back down. That is a risk. But based on what I'm seeing in the indicators, I'm counting on some upside happening first. That's what seems to be most likely. And the weighted logarithmic regression bands seem to suggest that we are building towards a bigger move fairly soon. we're not really seeing the squeezing quite yet of the Bollinger Bands that you see before a big move comes. But I feel like we could see that pretty soon. I mean, we have been in this up channel and it does seem to be kind of moving, kind of flattening out here a little bit. We've been riding the top of the channel, which is a good sign, plus 2 standard deviations away from this mean. But and if we look on like a weekly time frame, let's see how that looks. You can see those Bollinger Bands are really fat. So maybe, there's probably some more time to accumulate, if I had to guess, before we see anything too explosive. You can see we had our first kind of explosive move when the Bollinger Bands got a little bit more narrow. So maybe we see these narrow a little bit more before we see something explosive. And maybe that explosive move comes in, it could be later this month, could be in April for all we know. That I can't really predict for you, but the chart does look good. And I should add that we've just been like oscillating around the median line, which is generally associated with accumulation. IMGNAI has been a real battle between the bears and the bulls, and it seems like every time the bears win, the bulls come in. And I mean, every time the bulls win, the bears come in and kind of wreck things. And we had a really extended run of that from December 13th till about a month ago, February 9th. But look at how the bulls are starting to build some strength again. So will this be the run that we build to, where we finally can do away with the bears being in control and we see an explosive move out of IMGNAI? I'm not sure. I don't know. Right now the bulls are in control on the daily. Let's see if we can go to another time frame for the bull bear power trend. This is the 3-day. You can see the bulls are just barely starting to get their footing. We're coming up the mountain. This is a good sign that we're coming up this way. So I like what I'm seeing there. And while I don't expect a super explosive move, maybe, next week or anything like that, I do think that this could be a good asset to DCA into. That's what I'm seeing right now. We do have some bullish divergence on the average sentiment oscillator. So we just completed our bearish divergence here, and then we had some bullish convergence, and finally we have bullish divergence. We have the blue line or green line diverging above the red one, and we have to wait for some confirmation to see if this builds into something bigger in the coming days. This is on the 3-day. What if we go to the weekly? Unfortunately, on the weekly, we don't have that bullishness creeping in yet. We had our bearishness kind of peak around 60.8. I don't anticipate it would get any stronger than that. But this is what I'm saying. I think there's some time that you have to DCA this asset, maybe as these start to come back up this month and heading into next month, where there could be another explosive move like this. We are seeing a little bit of bullish divergence in the KZX RSI after having, some cool off from this run up that we had in October. So I feel like this asset has had a sufficient amount of time to cool off and go through its bear market. And now I think we're in accumulation. Of course, this is also arguably accumulation in here as well. So that's what I would call it. I'm seeing some bullish divergence now. We'll have to see if we get follow through with this on the Trix bubble. So this is the shorter term moving average. This case would be the 5-day SMA. I like how it's turning up. So that means we should see some upward price momentum for some time. How long that goes on for, I don't know. Let's see what it looks like on maybe a 5-day scale. 5-day scale, we're already kind of in the bullish zone, kind of going, it looks like we might go concave down. That's not really a great sign for positive price action in the long term. Of course, that could change, but the weekly actually looks good. So you have to kind of look at multiple ones, and I like how the weekly is slicing through. So I'm seeing the strength. I am seeing the strength here. It might be a little bumpy, but I'm seeing this in a lot of different indicators. So I think I'm ready to make a forecast. So my forecast for IMGNAI is as follows. I feel like we are in a good accumulation zone for long-term holding for a project that has so much potential and so many beautiful things ahead for it. This is a project that you can not only hold in your portfolio, but it also has a solid community. It has ties to the Nova DAO and Owen Hayes. And Owen Hayes is the, if you don't know, and he's the co-founder of Dogecoin, and he's also the founder of the Nova DAO. Again, I'll post a video to that at the end of this one, which is coming pretty soon. I feel like we're looking at accumulation. How long do I think that accumulation will last for? I'd have to say off the top of my head, maybe 1 to 2 months. And then I would expect sometime in that time frame, assuming Bitcoin doesn't do anything terrifying and just go down and cause IMGNAI to drop too, I would anticipate that we have an impulsive move to the upside with IMGNAI. Will it be the impulsive move that just completely breaks this pattern and takes it to like brand new heights? That I don't know. I can't tell you that. But seeing that IMGNAI has their rewards coming in April, they've got this new AI assistant, which is kind of a competitor, a decentralized competitor to ChatGPT with a little bit of a personalized twist on it. I mean, is it really unrealistic to see that this project could someday be valued in the billions? I don't think that's unrealistic. And right now you've got a market cap in the 20-ish million range. So you're talking, just off the top of my head, anywheres from a 50 to 500x or more. I don't want to get your hopes up too high, but I see bright things for this. I've been exploring IMGNAI for several months now. Very impressed with their developments. Their communication is excellent. They've got multiple channels in which to communicate with their community. People are always using the bots in all these communities. So how could this thing not blow up? And I just want to show you one last chart to compare this to. So I brought up another chart here of fake AI, which is from Deepfake AI, which is a crypto project that allows you to use fake AI coins, or if you have a certain number of coins, you can do deep fakes. That will be a project I'll probably review another time. But what I want to point out is the chart similarities between IMGNAI, look at this, and fake AI. And notice what happened when fake AI got to this point. It just freaking took off. I mean, it just blasted straight off and did like a 30x in just a matter of days. So keep in mind that these things can happen, and you just never know when they're going to happen, if they're going to happen. But that's kind of a promising sign that I see in the charts. So how do you buy the IMGNAI token? So if you go over here and you click on token, it'll give you all the instructions that you need to buy the token. So it's a primary utility token and a key aspect of the IMGNAI ecosystem. It's going to get increasing utility. Unlike a lot of other tokens you hold, this one has actual uses, which I love, and allows for global access to their growing suite of consumer AI products. So soon the token will be used to unlock premium features, HD 4K resolution upscaling, not safe for work models. That's already happened. Access new products and mint user generations directly as NFTs. Spent tokens for premium in our NFT tooling will be burned, thus deflating the total supply. So the IMGNAI token is going to be deflationary. In fact, that may already be occurring. In addition to ecosystem utility, we aim to decentralize governance of IMGNAI through the IMGNAI token. Decentralization can be accomplished providing governance and voting power to IMGNAI stakers as part of the IMGNAI DAO operating policies. And so this is really cool. You can click here to buy IMGNAI. You can look at the Etherscan down here, CoinMarketCap. Everything's so convenient. Make sure you use the correct smart contract. So just wanted to pass that along to you as well. Just for full disclosure, I do have a small position in IMGNAI relative to the position sizes of my other holdings. So I do want to just clarify that to you so you know that I am coming from the perspective of somebody who does hold this token. And I also have extensive experience playing around with IMGNAI, both on the website, web app, and also in Telegram. Never used it in Discord. I'm not really that active in Discord, so. Thank you for joining me tonight in the crypto simulation. And I would strongly encourage you to join my free Telegram group at the Snake Pit, where you can talk with over 130 other people just like you who are curious about how to navigate the very volatile crypto markets. And I'm in that group a lot, interact with everybody. It's completely free. And also, please subscribe to this channel. Click the notification bell so you can be notified when I release new content. Like, comment, and share my content with other people if you enjoyed what you saw in this video. And I hope that you have a great day, evening, morning, wherever you are, weekend, week, whenever you're watching this. And I hope you make a lot of money in the crypto markets. But Remember, nothing I told you here was financial advice. So if you make that money, it's all because of you, not because of me.